For over 2,000 years, the Ramayana, the Adi Kavya, has been categorized universally as poetry and studied almost exclusively within the boundaries of theology. But subjecting this ancient text to modern multidisciplinary analysis reveals a distinct paradox. The narrative exhibits high-fidelity correlations with verifiable physical realities across the Indian subcontinent. In paleoanthropology, the species described in the epic map neatly onto existing hominid fossil records. In the earth sciences, specific verses align directly with measurable geological and botanical data. And sociologically, the epic functions as a highly modular blueprint for Southeast Asian statecraft. The Ramayana operates as a civilizational operating system, one that appears to be reinforced by a layer of verifiable physical data. The popular imagination translates the word Vanara as monkey, but the literal Sanskrit breaks down differently. Vana means forest, and Nara means man. The text assigns the Vanaras highly specific traits: full bipedalism, complex social hierarchies, the capacity for military engineering, and the use of tools. No known non-human primate demonstrates this combination. In 1982, the Geological Survey of India unearthed a skull cap in the Narmada Valley. It remains India's only confirmed Homo erectus fossil, dating back hundreds of thousands of years. The Narmada man's cranial capacity ranges up to 1,421 cubic centimeters. That overlaps substantially with modern Homo sapiens, making the advanced coordinated behavior described in the epic biologically plausible. The epic places the Vanara capital, Kishkinda, squarely in the Tungabhadra region of modern-day Karnataka. The text describes a sweeping, naturally fortified landscape of massive rock formations and deep valleys. Modern archaeology reveals that this exact geographic region holds one of the world's densest concentrations of ancient Acheulean tools. Acheulean tools, distinctive teardrop-shaped hand axes, are the signature technology of the Homo erectus species. Plotting the Ramayana's settlement locations onto a modern archaeological map produces an exact overlap with these lower Paleolithic tool heap maps. The locations associated with the Vanara army overlap with the established archaeological footprint of an ancient hominid civilization, suggesting a narrative anchored in prehistoric memory. Moving south toward the Palk Strait, the text outlines the construction of a massive bridge across the ocean. Ram Setu is a physical 48-kilometer structure connecting India and Sri Lanka. Satellite imagery from NASA and the Indian Space Research Organization confirms the continuous, highly linear alignment of these shoals. The physical structure contains a glaring geological anomaly within its stratigraphy. This diagram shows a cross-section of the bridge. Core sampling reveals that the sand constituting the base of the ocean floor here is approximately 4,000 years old, but the stones resting on top of that sand are approximately 7,000 years old. Standard stratigraphic principles dictate that younger material sits on top of older material. This is an age inversion. Stones do not naturally form suspended above younger sand. The inversion indicates deliberate placement. Further south in Sri Lanka sits Rumasala Hill, the exact geographic site where the epic claims an airborne section of the Himalayas was dropped. Field botanists have cataloged multiple species of Himalayan plants thriving on this specific hill, flora entirely alien to the surrounding tropical coastal environment. The narrative encodes measurable geological and botanical events. It functions as a geographic archive. Zooming out from the Indian subcontinent, we can track how this text was transmitted across Asia. Over 300 distinct versions of the epic exist today, stretching from the Himalayas down to the Indonesian archipelago. A Hindu text became the foundational art and political model for nations that practice Buddhism and Islam. It crossed these doctrinal frontiers because its core concept, Dharma, is completely modular. Dharma prioritizes restraint, accountability, and principled leadership over raw power. This makes it an incredibly adaptable template for human governance. Cambodia integrated this template directly into stone, devoting massive sections of Angkor Wat to the narrative. In Java, the towering Prambanan temple complex renders the entire epic in detailed bas-relief. The Ramayaṇa expanded across the continent by providing an unparalleled framework for statecraft. This civilizational code is still executing today. The Chakri dynasty of Thailand explicitly adopted the epic's protagonist as their royal identity to legitimize their rule. The current reigning monarch is officially titled King Rama X. The institution he oversees governs from the Grand Palace, surrounded by structures explicitly echoing the epic's capital. The iconography of the text is woven directly into massive, secular public infrastructure. Millions of international travelers passing through Bangkok's Suvarnabhumi airport are greeted by enormous sculptures of the epic's central conflict. It remains a living blueprint, actively defining national identities and legitimizing modern leadership. Synthesizing these three distinct disciplines reveals the true nature of the text. This map displays the physical earth sciences, Ram Setu, and the botanical anomalies of Sri Lanka. Layering on the paleoanthropological data reveals the exact coordinates of ancient tool sites and hominid fossils. Adding the sociological expansion connects the governance structures of Thailand, Cambodia, and Indonesia. A single poem operates simultaneously as a record of ancient hominid memory, a catalog of geological events, and a manual for modern statecraft. Its longevity stems from the fact that it is grounded in both the physical crust of the earth and an enduring, pragmatic model of statecraft. Ancient epics deserve to be read as highly compressed data repositories. When we stop dismissing them as fiction, the data begins to speak.